Welcome to the NSIC Spotlight, the voice of the NSIC student athletes, powered by gpac. gpac, growing people and companies. I'm your host, Nick Cornder, Assistant Commissioner at the Northern Sun. Today, we are joined by Eli Olsen of the University of Mary women's soccer team. Eli, thanks for joining us on Spotlight.
Thanks for having me.
All right, as we do each week, let's start with you telling us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a fifth year / senior. I'm from Buffalo, Wyoming, and my major is exercise science.
All right, you said Buffalo, Wyoming. Tell us about your path from there to the University of Mary.
My path was kind of wild. So at high school, I went to a junior college in Cheyenne, Wyoming for 2 years and played. After my 2 years were done there, I transferred to Charleston Southern in Charleston, South Carolina, where I played just for a semester, and I decided I needed to be closer to home. And that's when I transferred up here to Bismarck, and I've been here since.
All right, so this is your second season with the Marauders. Was there anything special that drew you to the University of Mary?
I think it's a great university. Academically, it's really powerful and produces great student athletes and helps people get into the workforce in whatever area they want to. So I think that was kind of something that drew me to the school, along with, it's a gritty athletic program. So didn't want to skip out on that one.
All right, to the pitch. One match left in the regular season for most teams, as the Marauders are the hottest team at the moment, winning their last 6 contests. It started back on October 13th with a big home win over Bemidji State. What's been clicking lately for the Marauders?
I think lately we've just kind of figured out like what everyone's individual roles are, and we've been rolling with that. Whether that's playing 90 minutes or whether that's being the loudest, on the bench. I think that we've all owned our roles, and that's really helped us, be powerful and get through the last few weeks.
Your teammate, Olivia Gardner, is the reigning NSIC Offensive Player of the Week after scoring a pair of goals, including the game winner at Wayne State that locked up the Marauders in the NSIC postseason tournament. Tell us about Olivia's play and the other Marauders on this team this season.
Yeah, so Olivia Gardner, she realized that we needed some goals to be scored, and she kind of, took that and ran with it, and she's put a lot in the back of the net for us in crucial moments. She's super gritty. She's been able to find, gritty moments where she can just finish the ball. And along with that, offensively, we've had some standouts with like Ava Visner, Malia Burke, and I think we all saw that we had a win over Sioux Falls, and 3 out of the 4 goals came from freshmen, which was huge. So everyone's been stepping up offensively. And then with that, Mo Malone, she was the defensive player of the week, I think, last week. And she's been, gritty and a stud all over the field, whether that's offensively or defensively. She's been able to get a lot of assists. So I think with those 2 players, we've been really finding our stride.
You mentioned defense. The Marauder defense has only allowed 2 goals in this 6-game winning streak. How would you describe your style of play on defense?
I think we talked about it a lot, actually. Being gritty and having grit is something that we've been trying to play by. Like, Marauder defense is tough. Marauders are tough. So I think truly just finding the grit and not letting people have an easy chance to get by us is something we've been kind of playing with.
Your goalkeeper, Molly Fisher, only 10 goals in the 13 matches of NSIC. That's 4th best in the league. Talk about her play.
Yeah, so Molly, she kind of stepped in some big shoes from a senior 5th year last year who left. So she's kind of stepped in and helped us, find a role defensively. I think she's done a pretty good job of, making saves when needed to, communicating to us on defense. And like I said, I think she stepped into some big shoes and has done pretty well with that.
Yeah, you got a huge match this Friday for the University of Mary. You travel to Northern State for a 5:30 contest. Lots of scenarios out there, but a win should give you a possible home match in the opening round of the NSIC tournament. Again, a lot of moving parts with tiebreakers, but how important will it be to finish the season on a strong note and be able to play on your home pitch in the opening round of the tournament?
Well, first off, I think everybody wants to play on their home pitch. It's hard to lose at home. It's, very prideful for anybody. So I think with us kind of having this, 6-game streak in the back of our heads, obviously we want to finish the regular season strong, understanding that we've been building up to this moment and that this is it's a big game. So I think it's really important for us, especially because traveling is not very fun this time of year. So having that home field advantage and being here and just being able to play on our field would be amazing.
All right, talk about traveling, that trip down to Aberdeen on Thursday. When it comes to game day, do you have any routines or rituals that you do to get ready for a contest?
I think mine are pretty simple. I think I like to stay as chill as I can up until the moment. I have my breakfast bagel, whatever that is. Very, very simple, very low key, and nothing's crazy. Just riding the wave until game time.
All right, final question for you before we let you go. What advice would you give to a young player to help them in their development?
I think to help any young player in their development, you can never be too fit and you can never be too technical in your ball skills. So growing in those two areas will help people immensely.
All right, some good advice right there. That's going to wrap up this week's show. Thanks again to our sponsor, gpac. Ellie, best of luck to you and the Marauders the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.